So we're here today with Leslie Thomas, who is one of the newest members of the Mission Creek Legacy Society. And we're currently in her beautiful garden, and we have some wonderful vineyards that make wine by Leslie. So Leslie, tell us a little bit about yourself.
So, of course, a foodie. I've taught a lot of cooking classes, and somewhere along the way decided it actually would be fun to start growing my own food. So I can pretty much eat out of the garden. No animals, I don't go hunting on the property. I am making wine from the 60 grapevines. So this is a Hitchcock Ranch vineyard, and you can see a very tiny portion of it behind me. So I'm an escapee from West Los Angeles. As a child, I was very interested in frogs. I can't tell you why, but I loved frogs. Collected rocks, so that was kind of the beginning of my interest in what I would say, quote unquote, natural history. Spent the working years in software between Santa Barbara and LA. I've bounced back and forth a couple times. I do not plan on leaving Santa Barbara again. This is just too much of a paradise, which I really appreciate the second time around. And I'm currently retired. You know, I donate a lot of time and I work a lot in my garden, which I really appreciate. It's very stress relieving, not that I should have a lot of stress, but it is, it's a wonderful feeling to be outdoors, and anytime, you know, maybe I'm not feeling perfectly great, being out in nature just really alleviates any issues. So probably one of my first forays into the Museum of Natural History was through the, used to be called the Wine Festival, now it's the Wine and Food Festival, which makes me very happy. So I'm into food and wine myself. So I think I first started to visit the museum through that festival. I got more attuned to the butterflies when I was raising milkweed. My boyfriend's raising milkweed and the caterpillar, and watching the whole cycle of that, became really fascinated with that. There's a bit of a rock collection there, mineral collection, so I like that. Of course, live frogs if there are any. I just like the outdoors. Children nowadays really are a little too focused on the phone and don't really watch what's going around them, and I think that anything having to do with nature is extremely important. When reviewing organizations that I would like to name in my trust, I thought, well, what am I really interested in, and what would I like to promote and make sure that those organizations, you know, prosper and can also reach out to the next generations. I wanted to go to my community, to deserving organizations. You know, I thought about, okay, whose parties do I want to go to? That's part of it. Who would I like to be affiliated with? And who do I already interact with on some level? And maybe this would be a deeper connection and perhaps a little bit more involvement.
Leslie, we're so glad that you spent time with us this afternoon telling us about yourself, and also for making the wonderful decision at a fairly young age to decide where your estate's going to go. And we at the Museum of Natural History in Santa Barbara want to just thank you so much for including us, and we look forward to many decades more of working together to continue to make the Santa Barbara Museum of Natural History an even better place.